I first got into music when I was 12 years old, and the Beatles are what got me into music. I learned to play drums on a beanbag chair, listening to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and other Beatles albums with a couple friends. The first song I ever wrote was a song called Hook in the Ceiling, very Beatles inspired, and I still remember the words. The hook in the ceiling, why is it there? If it was there, what would be there anyway? I don't really know, you guess for me. You can put anything there that you want it to be, and it goes on and on and on.
Here I kneel as everything comes undone.
The songs that we're here recording are songs that I've been writing over the last year. And a lot of the things that are in my life are coming out in this music. And it's really about hope, because our culture is at this crazy crossroad where the sins of our past are still revisiting us, and the hurt and the pain of the errors of our way are here. And I'm just trying to communicate, the love of God, the hope that this chaos, this craziness we see, it's temporary, and that there's more to this, and we're gonna get through it. And so hopefully sharing from my heart that I understand the pain, that these songs will be a message of hope, maybe unity for those that hear.
He's legitimately caring about everyone around him. And I thought that's an attribute I would really like to be around more.
Anger strikes, assassin in the night.
There's a song called Death Valley, and this song, it came about, actually, I lost my cool with someone very close to me, and I felt this incredible rage. And so I just took some time by myself and just to reflect on why am I feeling this way. And it was about just this sense of feeling lost in this crazy world and hopeless. And I was driving to California to work on another song, and the lyrics and the melody for this song actually came to me while I was driving through Death Valley. So it's kind of appropriately named Death Valley, but it's about that journey of being in a desert.
Nothing much grows down this old desert.
Chris is a great lyricist, and it's really nice to be able to work with somebody who's passionate about lyrics and as prolific as he is.
The song ultimately is a cry out to God saying, give me a flood of your love, which is symbolic with the water, with rain and love, that you would just pour into me and help me get through this dry, dark, crazy time. Let me feel life again. I wrote the song today about a conflict in my life where I felt like I was serving a lot of different people, but I wasn't serving God. And I wanted to get to the point where I could just tell God, I'm done with all that. I'm willing to give everything for your glory, not for mine. And that's what that song's about. It's really a prayer. It's a very personal song. It's just saying, I'm sorry for where I've spent my life, but I want the rest of it to glorify you.
My hands in praise today.
There's another song called Fear Be Gone. And we wrote it about the coronavirus and the fear that's taken over.
We started the project in the beginning of 2020 before anything had happened, and we kept having dates move. We thought it was 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks. So obviously, frankly, the most important thing I think we all learned was patience.
We threw the whole band onto the tracking room floor and, quickly, got the song into shape. We tracked live and with minimal overdubs. So I thought that was a really cool, way to bring this new recording up. Right now, everybody in the universe, especially pop, they build their tracks up from, the drums up, and it's kind of sterile. So I wanted to bring some, more life and, pushing and pulling and breathing with the musicians.
What you really realize is life's really short. And for me, I believe that life's a temporary time, and this isn't all of it. But it's easy to become fearful and start to live your life out of fear. And so that song, it says, I look to the skies and I see the sun shining down on me. I look to the skies and I say, fear be gone, the sun is here to stay. It's a sense of, be smart, be wise, but ultimately don't live in fear.
getting a band together in a studio like this to be able to track together at the same time and vibe and work things out and push and pull off each other, it's a luxury. It really is these days, especially now.
Working with Paul, especially in this space, Dave's room, which is iconic in and of itself, really brought it all to life in a way that you could go into 6 other studios and you won't get the same sound. So, we selected this environment knowing that Chris wanted the live experience, and bringing Paul in, to also engineer and produce and mix this EP, really gave us the comprehensive approach to the sonic build.
As we got ready to go in the studio with the band to record the songs for the EP, my management asked me to put together 10 cover songs that I liked and why. We went through them and found that Sweet Surrender was an amazing fit for everything else that I had written, and it felt just so amazing.
It was kind of a happy accident here on the tracking room floor. I made the call to Vince Jones, who coincidentally happened to be the music director and worked with Sarah McLachlan for years and years and years, so he knew the song at the back of his hand.
I love the song because surrendering is a very vulnerable, humiliating thing, typically. But as we relate to others and as we relate to God, humility is a really necessary thing if you're going to grow and if you're going to be able to be humble enough to actually listen and learn. We tried to have a more forward-leaning approach, more of a rocking vibe, but still catch the amazing emotion and vulnerability of the original.
It was really interesting to watch him and Paul take that song and transform it into a CJ Ray sound. And I feel like of all of the things we did, that one was the biggest challenge for everyone to really, partner up, come together and explore what it could be versus what, you expect from that song already, because again, it's so popular and prevalent.
This other song that we wrote is called For Each Other, and that song is about the brotherhood. It's about that person that is there for you, and it's an encouragement to be there for other people. We need more lights, right? We need more positive, energetic, happy people. We need more people that'll pitch in and carry the weight of those that aren't in a position to carry the weight. And so the idea of the song is, if we could be those people and make the weight easier on the others, what a great place. So that when I'm down, you're up, and when you're down, I'm up. And that's the idea of the song.
He really puts a lot of time, effort, and care into making sure the words that he's singing are coming from his heart and he's as aligned with them as he can be.
I think the hardest thing about doing any music today is it's so hard to get people to slow down to actually listen. And so part of what I do in recording music is a love affair with music and frankly with the brothers and sisters I get to play and write with.
The title of the EP is For Each Other, and every step of the way that has been something that CJ Ray has been about, being there for each other. When he asks you how you're doing, he's actually curious how you're doing. The last, pandemic year that we've gone through has really been about being there for each other. It's an incredibly timely conversation to be having, and I don't know that I would have recognized that as much had I not been working on this project.
I just wanted to make this exciting and breathe and push and, have CJ's voice soar on top.
I just love that fellowship with them, that ability to create together. So I would still do it if no one listened, but it's really nice when people actually listen or send you a note to say, hey, that touched my heart. I really appreciate that message. I mean, that kind of just makes your heart warm and makes it all worthwhile. The message that I would want people to take away from my music is that there is hope. And if you're in a bad place, just stick it out, because there's people around you that love you and that will be there for you. They're not always the first responders, but they are there. So keep your heart and your eyes open.